Come listen to a story about a plan so bright, a book plan that's fun and strategic just right. Oh, that one was a little harder than I thought it would be, but anyway, picture this. You're riding your Clampett truck straight into the heart of your audience. Yes, I am actually talking about outlines. And, a lot of people think outlines are boring, and they can be. They can be. I will admit that. I mean, capital little I, capital letter A, lowercase I. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is a blueprint for your book. And in today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you some hillbilly flavored tips on how to create your book blueprint so that your book does exactly what you want it to do. That blueprint, that outline, that plan helps guide you forward as you're writing your book. It helps you not go down rabbit holes. And what's beautiful about it is that it's a living, breathing document. So as you go and you do something here that now makes this no longer relevant, you don't have to do it anymore. Like you can change the outline. That's the way to do it. Get your guitars on the MTV. All right. So, hi, my name is Carma Spence, and I help executive coaches, business leaders, and consultants write, publish, and market the right book the first time. And I do it while having fun and doing it a little bit better, deeper, and faster with the assistance of AI. And no, I'm not talking about AI writing your work. You write your work, but AI helps you along so that you become the author you were intended to be much more quickly and without as many of the bumps along the road. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell so that this video and others like it can get out into the YouTube algorithm and more people can learn how to write the book they were meant to write and get their message out into the world. So let's pull into our Beverly Hills hillbilly mansion and get going. The first one, we're in our truck, right? We just drove up in our hillbilly truck. Well, the truck's got character, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Your book is your vehicle, and it needs character too. Your roadmap, your plan helps build that character. It's like a blueprint. Like I said, it's like a blueprint for the amazing book that you're about to write. And it should be fun for you and for your readers. It should be infused with your personality, and it should be built for where you really want to go. Now, if you go ahead and start writing your book without a plan, this is what happens. And I see it all the time. A client will come to me, I've already written my book. Now let's figure out if it'll do what I want it to do. And it's like, oh my gosh, that's backwards. That's backwards. I'm sorry. No, the first thing you do is you figure out, who am I writing to? Who am I? And how do these intersect to bring my message into the world? Once you've got that down, then you can create your book plan, and then you can write the book that does that, the goal that you want the book for. If you just write it, sometimes you can use some of that stuff, but a lot of it gets thrown away. And why waste that time? Number two, good old Granny. She's full of her home remedies. I remember this one episode where she's trying to explain to another doctor about the innards of a human being. And she goes, here's your gizzard. It's like humans don't have gizzards. and he's like, oh, what kind of doctor are you if you don't know there's a gizzard? Granny was great. Anyway, forget the fancy book prescriptions because there's a lot of gurus out there who say, do it this way, do it this way, do it this way. I say, do it your way, but do it your way with the right plan. So sometimes the simplest tried and true frameworks, like a trusty family recipe, can create a compelling strategic outline. Go with what's simple, what's easy, what's good for you, and what will help you get to your goal. Your book is your book. It should have your family home remedies in it, not somebody else's. Number 3, the Clampetts Charm. Boy, doggy! Your personal story and your personal style are going to attract your ideal peeps. Look, I try to be as much me as I can in these videos. I'm probably not dialing it back at all, actually, especially on Quirky Fridays. And I know for a fact that there are gonna be stuffed stodgy shirts out there that'll go, "Huh, this woman is crazy. I'm not gonna work with her." And I'm totally okay with that. No, my ideal peeps, they love this creative flair because they want to harness it to help them reach their goals. That's what I do for my clients. I use my crazy creativity to help them reach their goals. I see what they're trying to do and I help them achieve it because that's what wild creativity does. It brings out the beauty that is there. I forget which sculptor said this, but it's like, I don't sculpt a statue. This is a paraphrase. This is not exact. I look at the marble and I chip away the pieces that don't need to be there. That's what you're doing with your book in a way is and that's how you create your plan. It's like you may have all these ideas, but not all of them need to go in that book. So you're chipping away at the marble that is all your ideas and turning it into the Venus de Milo, your book. And how does this fit with Hillbillies? Every single one of the Clampetts had their own unique style. You know, you got the head Clampett, you've got Granny, you've got Ellie Mae, and you've got Jethro. Jethro, who's totally crazy. Like one day he's trying to be a a James Bond spy, and the next, I mean, he's always full of all these ideas and these plans. And it's all those different people with their different personalities that come together to create this hillbilly show that was on for years because it was so much fun. Well, you bring your own Clampett charm into your book. Now, if you're enjoying this video and you would like to have even deeper dives and behind the scenes stuff, then you will enjoy joining me for the backstage blend. You can just point your phone right here at this little QR code and bammo, you'll be taken there. Or you can type in buymeacoffee.com/Carma Spence and it'll take you there too. Backstage blend is $5 a month. Just five. That's like a coffee a month. That's like a coffee a month. And what I put in there are audio versions of these podcasts. I put in deep dives into the news that affects authors. I put in behind the scenes information that of thoughts and ideas that I'm having that might help you. Basically, you can go to my blog and get more surfacey level stuff, but if you want the deep stuff, join me in the backstage blend. Now, back to our show. Number 4, fish out of water? Good. One of the things that made the Clampetts so lovable was that they were a fish out of water because they were in this world of Beverly Hills and their next door neighbor who's a banker and everyone who's like all about money and they're just being themselves, their hillbilly, wonderful, juicy, wonderful, lovable selves. Well, if you're a fish out of water, maybe that's what makes you special. Sometimes the feeling of being out of place or unconventional is not a bug in the system, it's a feature. Just like the Campetts turning Beverly Hills upside down, you can turn the world upside down with your book by showing up as your real self and infusing your book with your particular charm because that is what's going to attract your ideal peeps. Own your geek factor. Own it and fly that flag. Number 5, fancy duds, same roots. So a strategic structure in your book should not strip away your voice. Keep your metaphorical overalls on. Let your style shine even in a polished book. That's basically what the through line of all these 5 tips are. Yes, Your book's not going to be exactly like you are in other circumstances. It's a book. It needs to be bookish, but it can still be you. For example, I'm thinking of a couple of books I've read. There's this one that's about being uncopyable. And you read that entire book and you almost feel like the author is talking in your head. He's got a certain style and personality that shines through in that book. Right now, I'm reading a book called Honey Trap Marketing by Deirdre Chen. I can never, I really need to listen to her say her name so I can say it too. Anyway, Honey Trap Marketing, and she talks about herself being sort of an introvert and kind of awkward sometimes. And you know what? That beautiful, introverted, somewhat awkward, but absolutely brilliant marketer comes out in that book. You feel her. You I feel like, gosh, I could just like totally hang with her. And I guess I kind of have on her webinars, but it's not the same. But it's in a completely different personality. But her book is really, this is probably the third time I've mentioned it in a podcast, and I'm only like a third of the way through the book. This is how impactful that book is because of how deeply Deirdre that book is. This is what your book should be. Your book should be so deeply you while also helping transform the reader into more close to their potential that they just feel like you're friends already. These are the best books, the books that just are infused with the author's essence and who they are. When your book is stodgy and textbooky, yeah, it might get read, but does it get remembered? Most of the time, not. Do you remember any of the textbooks you read in school? Not really. Not really. But do you remember the books you enjoyed? Of course you did. That's what you're trying. Just because the book is nonfiction and just because the book is intended to teach something and draw people into your world does not mean it can't be fun. That's the lesson of Hillbilly's Guide to Strategic and Fun Book Plan. If you enjoy this video, you may also enjoy this video over here. It may have already popped up. It may pop up in a few minutes, but it'll be right around here somewhere. And I will see you next week for more good stuff about the author's journey. And this is Carma Spence saying ciao for now.